Hello, everyone. Welcome to Money Hour Radio, a show where we try to help you grow your money, cut your taxes, and have a beautiful retirement. What could be better than that? I'm one of your co-hosts, Ben Barzideh. I have my partner and co-host, Matt Nadeau, here.
Hey, everybody.
And we are both founding partners and wealth managers at Barzideh and Nadeau Wealth Management, a comprehensive financial planning firm located right here in Barrington and serving the Chicagoland area. And of course, our fiduciary obligation to put our clients first is the tenet of our company philosophy, and it guides every decision that we make. And as an independent firm, we truly have the freedom to focus solely on you and not some corporation.
Yeah, and as always, we just have to take a moment. We have such great clients. We know you're out there listening today, and we want to say hi to you. We appreciate the trust you placed in us, and we love every one of you. And we have a unique, really great show planned today. I want to get into the topics. So as usual, the first segment, we're actually going to dive into the typical market events of this week. You know, we have this fantastic government shutdown. You never know when it will get resolved. By the time you're hearing this, it might already be over. You never know. But what does it mean for the market? We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about gold and silver. It's crushing it this year. We're also going to bring up a recap of our Client Appreciation Gala event. It was fantastic. And then later in the show, we have a special guest. We have a real estate professional, Dawn Hinkle. It's going to be excellent. Everybody's always asking about the housing market, and you don't want to miss that. So since we have a guest, we're also going to have a third segment. Now, this is a special segment that we're putting out extra that's only available through our website or through our YouTube channel. You can go to moneyhourradio.com. It's moneyhourradio.com. You can go to our YouTube page and you'll hear this extra segment where we're going to talk about 12 questions that are great deep dive questions you should be asking a potential financial advisor. And the only way you can hear this is if you log into our website, moneyhourradio.com, or go to our YouTube page and you can see this segment live. It's a special segment. So we hope you join us there to catch this special episode.
It's going to be such a good segment. And also, please subscribe to our weekly economic newsletter. You will find that on our BN Wealth site. And it's called a 5-minute market brief. It's very informative. It's succinct and easy to read. We get so many compliments about it each week. Okay, Matt. So before we get into the topics, let's now talk about our amazing and fun Client Appreciation Gala that we had.
It was fantastic. You know what we say, our motto, do great work, have fun, give back. Let's talk about having fun. So last Friday, we had this fantastic event, and it was exclusively for our clients. It was at a beautiful country club. We had wine, appetizers, dinner, live music, tons of dancing. We had one specific client out there just tearing up a rug. It was a blast. Feel free to go to our website, bnwealth.com. We're going to have some of these pictures updated on there. Go to our social media pages. You can see all of the fun that we had. But we do these fun events with our clients regularly. And we view our clients as our second family, and we love spending time with them. So just as an announcement, we have a fantastic movie event coming in early December. That's one of our long traditions. We rent out a movie theater on a Saturday. We invite all of our clients. A lot of them bring their kids and their grandkids, and it's usually a fun family movie that was just recently released.
We actually have a bunch of events also that we're planning for early next year and into the spring season. We're going to be mixing some wine tastings in addition to those events. So listen, if you need a financial advisor, and you don't like your current one, you want to be working with us. We do great work for our clients, and we just have so much fun together. And we joke about how doing business with us is like joining a cool social club. So to explore becoming a client, of course, you can reach out to us online at bnwealth.com or call our office at 847-780-2980.
All right, we better hurry and get into the topics because I'm sure all of you are wondering, what does this government shutdown actually mean for the markets and the economy? And as I was saying earlier, this is a very fluid situation, right? And it could change by the time we're done recording and producing this show. So we don't want to get too deep into the weeds on all of it. But regarding this specific shutdown, you know what my favorite 4 words are to say because it falls into that category?
Let me
Don't
guess.
worry about it.
Yeah,
And
mine too.
I hate to be cynical, but come on. How many times have we gone through one of these? And did anything really bad happen before? I don't think so.
Obviously, it's a big inconvenience for any federal employees dealing with it. And so if you are, we feel bad for you. I'm sorry if you're going through that. We don't mean to make light of it, but it's unlikely to impact the economy or the markets for that matter. Everyone not getting paid during the shutdown will be paid retroactively once the government reopens. Also reports that Trump will use the shutdown to fire just swaths of federal employees. Well, that's actually unclear if it's even legal, and undoubtedly it will be challenged if it occurs at all. So, from a market standpoint, the biggest impact will come from delayed economic data. For example, from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So that means the fake jobs reports that no one believes in because they keep getting revised down, they won't get out this week. Bummer, right?
I mean, if this is an extended delay, the biggest problem is we won't know how bad or good jobs look. And so puts a little pressure on the Fed, but
No doubt.
we won't trust them anyway. Let's talk about gold and silver, guys. I mean, this is just unbelievable. We've been talking on the radio since we got back on about how bullish we are on precious metals. My goodness. I mean, it's like it can't stop. Gold and silver are on fire. I think it's up about 60% or so just this year. It's incredible. And there are these 2 significant forces that are really powering them. First, central banks, of course, around the world and investors are hoarding gold and silver as a hedge to the fiscal deficits in America and the rising risk on the US dollar. So, gold is obviously seen as a safe haven asset. And second, commodities are inversely related to the dollar. So, when the Fed is cutting rates, that tends to lower the value of the dollar, which makes commodity prices rise.
We actually have gold and silver and copper in some of our advance and protect tactical models that we manage for our clients. And we don't just sit on them. We want to be strategic as metals can go in long cycles of feast or famine. So when our research is showing us that it's a potentially good time to be invested in them based on our buy and sell indicators that measure demand under the hood, we will have a healthy portion invested in these metals. But when we gauge weakness in those areas and those same indicator flips negative, we will actually sell out of them and invest the proceeds in something else while we wait for conditions to improve.
Yeah, our precious metals portfolio is very sophisticated. It's got a lot of cool moving parts that can take advantage when times are good. We believe, like with all of our models, you need to be tactical in nature and not just sit on them. And that kind of gets into the other area that's crushing it. Obviously, tech, AI, the Magnificent Seven companies. And of course, if you've been listening, you know we have a Magnificent Seven stock sleeve in some of our models. And that's where we invest a portion of the money into these companies. And when there's a storm in the market and our buy and sell indicator goes negative, we'll actually sell out of those as well. We don't sit on them permanently, but right now, great time to be in them.
Yeah, for right now, however, we're not selling anything.
Yeah.
We're very bullish on the market. It's on a tear. In fact, in some of our more growth-oriented models, we are pedal to the metal, 100% in equities, and have been for months. But like you said, Matt, if the market starts to get riskier and conditions do deteriorate, we will actually do something about it. We will get defensive by selling out of the stock market and going heavier into bonds or cash while we wait for conditions to improve. And the reason we do that is we feel that in retirement, it's paramount to have a defensive plan with your investments, a disciplined exit strategy to help exit the stock market and protect your money if the risk of a crash gets too high.
Yeah, and I really want to ask, do you have a defensive plan to help protect your money? You don't want to give back all of these gains that you've had over the past few years. And so our philosophy is to have an exit strategy. And if our investment philosophy resonates with you and you want to have your money managed like this, then look our way. Your money is too important and you don't have to settle for less. So to learn more about our Advance and Protect process or explore becoming a client or schedule a complimentary consultation, please come in, reach out to us at bnwealth.com or call our office at 847-780-2980.
By the way, and speaking of having fun, in just a few weeks, we are having our first high-end Bordeaux wine tasting workshop, not Bordeaux or Bordeaux, Bardo, get it? It's our last names. So this is a fun event solely for those that have been listening to us and considering potentially working with us. It's a no pressure, fun environment. We'll give a quick 15, 20-minute presentation on how we can help you and what makes our firm unique. And we'll have some hors d'oeuvres. You don't want to miss it. To call our office, 847-780-2980 to reserve. And don't go anywhere because when we come back, we're going to have an interview with real estate professional Dawn Hinkle. You don't want to miss it.
All right, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Money Hour Radio, a show where we try and help you grow your money, pay less taxes, and have a beautiful retirement. And I'm one of your hosts, Matt Nadeau. I, of course, have my co-host, Ben Barzideh, with me.
Hello, everyone.
And we're founding partners and wealth managers at Barzideh and Nadeau Wealth Management, a comprehensive financial planning firm located right here in Barrington and serving the greater Chicagoland area. And if you're watching online and now listening, guess what? We have a guest today. We have the honor of hosting wonderful guest, Dawn Hinkle, who, all right, is probably hands down one of the most knowledgeable and respected real estate professionals that we know in the greater Chicagoland area. And she's going to share some insight today with us on the real estate market.
And before we start, I just want to say welcome, Dawn. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Well, actually, I've had the privilege of knowing Dawn through my wife, Andrea. And Dawn is a pillar in our community. Her presence is everywhere, often the first person that comes in mind when people ask if anyone knows a good realtor. She also shares our vision for giving back and has been so generous in helping various organizations in our local community. For example, she supported Christian Youth Theater, CYT, which is something that's very near and dear to our hearts. As my wife, I grew up in the CYT program, and now my daughter is very much involved in it. She's heavily involved as a volunteer in our local school district, where both of our children attend, and we also go to church together as well. She's a fellow Willow Creeker. So thank you for that. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for coming on our show, Dawn.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I really do.
I was going to say before we start, because I always like to ask our guests, they don't know you very well, maybe out there. So if you could just share a little bit about your background, your company, so they know a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, so I've been with Keller Williams Success Realty. It's in Barrington. Despite the fact that it's in Barrington, I go to trainings there and whatnot, but I do service all the neighborhoods. So I don't just focus my attention in Barrington, but that is where I'm located. And I chose that location because it's centrally located from Chicago all the way to northern Illinois. So it's kind of right in that middle component, letting people know that I'm not just a Barrington realtor, but I really do have a wide range of service. Keller Williams was always my choice. We're very centered on doing what's right for our clients and client focused, not just agent focused and getting paid, but really just taking care of the needs of our buyers and sellers. So I really, really thought that Keller Williams was the right fit for me. Yeah.
Well, we've heard nothing but good things about you, Dawn.
Thank you.
So I know you'll be in good hands when someone works with you. But so tell us about the real estate market around here. What's going on? What's some of the landscape? Give us a market update.
Yeah, I'd love to. So basically in Chicagoland, we're having a little bit of a different market right now. It's considered a balanced market with a little bit gearing towards sellers. Right now, inventory is still low, so prices are pretty steady,
Sure.
which is great. Right now, the well-priced homes are selling pretty quickly, and homes that are overpriced or in need of repair, those are standing on the market for a significantly longer time, and we're seeing a lot of price drops now and reactivations in those listings.
So, and a lot of our clients that we work with, they're definitely worried about the price of housing.
Yeah.
And that's a big function of their net worth. And whenever you see housing crashes or crises, that really does impact how they want to spend in other areas. So for retirees, they're not always like on the up and up, but let's say somebody's getting close to retirement. What kind of recommendation would you have for somebody that's looking to maybe sell or maybe looking to buy at this point? And it's really critical to them to maybe not miss out on these prices while they're still stable or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard in the economy because you never know what's going to happen. So I always say, like, don't delay because you can make more when you take the opportunity that we have because we don't know what's ahead of us. We only know what's happening right now. And people keep talking about interest rates. And, fortunately, COVID is over. But
Mhm.
unfortunately, our rates aren't going to see the 3%. And the more that we understand that 6% is normal and average, we should just take advantage of what we have right now. And if you're looking to buy or sell and retire, right now is the right opportunity just because everything is unknown. We could have prices that fall down, but right now, keeping it steady is a good economy and it shows that we're healthy right now.
And I think,
Great.
what's the 30-year mortgage right now is, I think, at like
Yeah, the 30 remote
6.3.
mortgage for conventional is roughly
Yeah.
6.36,
Okay.
and for VHA and FHA, it's roughly like 6.08. And if you wanted to do a 15-year, it would be like a 5.8. So definitely lower on the 15. But if you look at July, we were at a 6.8. So the fact that we're at a 6.36 in only a couple months just shows that interest rates are on the decline right now. Slow and steady, but that's again the tune of a healthy market. We don't want them to drop dramatically, and we don't want them to increase dramatically either.
No doubt. But hopefully they keep going down.
Correct.
And,
Yes.
the Fed's going to be cutting. And I know the Fed doesn't directly control the long-term rates, but the short-term rates that they control do impact the long-term rates. So hopefully, it's going to continue to go down. But like you said, maybe those 3% days are over, at least for now.
I believe they are. And unfortunately, we just got to kind of live with where we're at right now, which is the low sixes. But again, it just shows that things are healthy. So,
Quick question.
yeah.
One thought that we've had, or argument that we've seen, and it goes both sides, is some people feel that once rates come down more, that there's going to be a flurry of activity, and then what we'll see is there's going to be more of a supply than demand, and
Uh-huh.
maybe home prices will come down. I've heard on the flip side too that, gosh, if those 7% mortgages couldn't really hit the real estate market that bad, and prices are still steady and prices have held up, what's going to happen to prices if rates come down? Are they just going to skyrocket again? So it's kind of like two different sides of the story. And I know it's
Yeah.
not always easy to predict, but I just want to see your
And
thoughts on that.
of course. And that's why I would love to be a buyer right now, just
Okay.
because you can
Hmm.
actually have affordability in the home. You can actually work with sellers right now. Whereas when the interest rates were really low, what was happening was the inventory was so high. People were having multiple offers. People were paying way above what their affordability was. They couldn't even think about whether or not they liked the house and they were writing up paperwork on it. But right now, buyers they can if it's been on the market for 2 weeks or more, they can actually negotiate with that seller.
Hmm.
They can get the right price. They can ask for inspection items. They can ask for seller closing credits, and they don't feel like they kind of got gypped in the process. So right
Yeah.
now is just a really good time. If rates go down, inventory is going to go up, and now we're going to
Mhm.
be back in that competitive nature where we're going to be overpaying and competing. So right now, it's a healthy market for both buyers and sellers, which is rare.
Great. And,
That's
and do
great.
you see anything in Illinois that's going to be similar to what we've seen on some of like the coast? Like obviously Florida's real estate has been terrible. All of a sudden
Yes.
prices are deteriorating. I've heard the Midwest is holding up, but what do you see kind of in the future for Illinois compared to like, are they heading the direction like some of the coastal areas?
No, I definitely think that we're in a completely different market than those
Good.
coastal areas. None of the trends and the signs have showed that we're going to follow what they're going through.
Good.
Yeah,
That's good
that's
to
a
hear.
good sign. We don't want our clients leaving to go to Florida anymore. Like stay here for a little while.
Correct. It's completely different. The Midwest
Yeah,
is very special and unique in its own way.
No doubt. Well,
absolutely.
Dawn, did you want to tell our listening audience how they can contact you, how they can reach out?
Yeah, I love that. So I'm on Facebook. My username is Dawn Hinkle. I'm on Instagram. It's Dawn Hinkle1. You can contact me by dawnhinkle@kw.com. All of this is pretty easy. And my cell phone number is 773-425-9636. I'm always pride myself on being available and being there for my clients. I always wanted to feel like I'm only working with that one particular client. So I never want to feel spread out, and I want to make sure that everyone feels like they get the most of my attention.
That's wonderful. So she is the best, folks. If you need to buy a house, sell a house, Dawn is the one you need to be working with. We hear nothing but good things about her. So thank you, Dawn, for today. And before we wrap up, I just want to take a few minutes and let our listening audience know that in just a few weeks, we are having our very first high-end Bordeaux wine tasting workshops. Not Bordeaux, not Bordeaux, as they say in the South, but Bardo. Get it? It's our last names. It's a good pun. But this is a fun event solely for those that have been listening to us and are potentially considering working with us. It's a no pressure, fun environment. We'll have a quick 15, 20-minute presentation on how we can help you and what makes our firm unique.
Yeah, and we're going to have hors d'oeuvres and our favorite bottles from the Prisoner Wine Company. Again, it's Thursday, October 23rd. It's from 6 to 7:30 p.m. right here in our office in Barrington. So to register, please call our office at 847-780-2980 or go to moneyhourradio.com. We're almost out of time, but make sure you go to our YouTube page and subscribe. We have a special segment coming out for that, but we're out of time, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.